and the old Four Seasons hit Let's Hang On. I'm going live on Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. You can see Halo James, Victoria Wood and Sydney Youngblood. That's coming up on Saturday. Newsround now.
Dogs, Britain's most popular pets, are being treated more cruelly than ever before. Hello again. The RSPCA are having to investigate a record number of cases of cruelty to dogs. Last year, the organisation took more people to court than ever before. More than 1,000 were convicted of ill treatment. The RSPCA say the 1980s was a decade of disaster for dogs. But they're most worried by cruelty to powerful breeds, such as Rottweilers. Cases involving big dogs have gone up by half in the last year. For Newsround, Paul Welsh reports.
Rottweilers and other powerful breeds of dog have been in the news a lot lately because of attacks on people. This is a well-behaved and obedient Rottweiler dog. His owner is a trainer who's in full control. Rottweilers which attack are likely to be owned by people who aren't interested in proper training and who want an aggressive dog. The RSPCA say dogs are being ill-treated by the same kind of owners. The one on the left here was rescued after being starved of food. It's the same age and should be the same size as the dog on the right. RSPCA inspectors like Gavin Grant are horrified by the ill treatment dogs are getting.
You have people that want these dogs for the wrong reasons. They want them to be as aggressive as possible and to be as antisocial as possible. And that's the way they then treat their animals.
Sanctuaries have been set up by Rottweiler lovers to look after abandoned and abused animals. Marilyn Hughes Marriott is caring for 16 dogs in Nuneaton in Warwickshire. She says only certain kinds of people should take on dogs like Rottweilers.
You do have to be strong with them. They're a powerful dog, as you said, and you need to be loving. You need to be with them an awful lot and have an awful lot of time to take care of them.
Once again, the RSPCA have called for a dog registration scheme to protect the animals from bad owners. Again, the government have ruled it out, but they say they are looking at other ideas.
A group of 150 orphans from Romania has arrived in England for their very first holiday. During their stay, they'll be living with children from 5 Merseyside schools who've helped to arrange the trip. The children lost their own families during the recent fighting in Romania. They now live in 2 orphanages in the town of Brașov and Constanța, and they've never been outside Romania before. They arrived at Manchester Airport to meet some of the people who've arranged their trip. During their 10-day stay, the children will be finding out what it's like to live in this country and telling the families that have taken them in all about their own. It's also a chance for them to meet the Merseyside children who've been raising money to send them parcels of toys, food and clothes. Both groups of children hope it'll be the start of a long friendship between them. In Africa, a huge party has been going on all day to celebrate the birth of the world's newest country. A few minutes after midnight, fireworks lit the sky as Namibia got the freedom to rule itself. Neighbouring South Africa had been controlling the country for the last 70 years. South Africa had forced Namibia to suffer the system of apartheid, which gave whites more rights than black people there. 20 years ago, black Namibians began fighting to get the South Africans out. Last year, with the help of United Nations soldiers, a peace deal was made. There were free elections in November, and South Africa promised to leave. Last night, the South African flag was lowered in Namibia for the last time. As top politicians from all over the world watched, the new flag of Namibia was raised in its place. Sam Nujoma was sworn in as Namibia's first president, and then the party began. Amongst those at the celebrations, Nelson Mandela. He's campaigning to get black people in South Africa the same freedoms as those in Namibia will now enjoy. A new campaign's been launched to stop children suffering from something which causes misery to millions when they grow up: back pain. Many adults miss work because of it. In hospitals, it's the physiotherapists who treat the back sufferers, and today they've been showing children how to avoid problems in later life. Here's more from Helen.
It's in the ordinary things that we do every day of our lives that the problems for our backs can begin, in sitting, standing, sleeping and carrying bags. And the physios know that if they teach the children while their backs are developing and while they're young enough, then the problems of slouching and the agonies of back pain might not be a problem at all. Sit up, Fred. The experts say while children are growing, the backbones are quite soft and could be pushed out of shape by picking each other up in the playground, carrying bags over one shoulder instead of spreading the weight across the back, and by bending down the wrong way. Penny Slade talks to the children about the correct way to look after their backs.
How would you pick it up? Good! Oh, I say, what a good girl. Prize girl of the day. Do it again, let everybody see. She's using her legs. That's why I had you all squatting a few minutes ago. Now put it down. And
within one class, there are children who are tall and short, and the chairs are not always the correct height. Schools will be encouraged by the physios to have chairs of all sizes in classrooms. Keeping fit is important too, but Penny says children who train seriously in gymnastics when they're very young could be in danger.
If you can think of people on the bar, for example, arching their backs, terrible position they're putting their backs into. And a lot of the gymnastic people, when they get to early 20s, are actually developing bad arthritis already.
Experts will be giving advice all this week in the hope that when these children grow up, back pain won't stop them from work or play.
In America, record snowfalls have been deadly for thousands of moose. Many of the animals are dying of starvation because they haven't been able to find food. The moose are in the state of Alaska, in the far north of America, near the Arctic Ocean. Normally the moose graze on the land, but recently they haven't been able to. Some have been killed by trains or cars as they searched for food. Others have been shot after wandering into nearby towns. Now an emergency operation has begun to help the animals. And finally, the most famous clock in the world is to lose its bong from Monday, but only for a few months. Big Ben, the bell which rings out the hours over the Houses of Parliament, needs urgent repairs. Its hammer is worn out. During the repairs, Big Ben will fall silent. Although most people think Big Ben's the clock, it's really the name of the biggest bell, which bongs out the hours. Smaller bells sound chimes every 15 minutes. They'll be silent for 2 days, then carry on as usual. Hope the repairmen don't drop a clanger. That's all for today. Until tomorrow, bye-bye.
I want to go back.
Come on!
You coming here after we told you no.
I just wanted to see it.
Help me! Can you help me?
The Gift, a new children's drama beginning next Wednesday on Children's BBC. Watch it with a cushion, because it's a bit spooky, but it'll be brilliant. I'm sure you will enjoy it. I wonder, have those phones been ringing in Birmingham for What's Your Story? We'll join Sylvester and find out.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you very much. They have. Bang. Yes, the phones have been ringing. We've got lots of people. There's Gareth Taylor here, just speaking now. You're from Farrington, aren't you? Hello, Gareth. And a few more. Jessica's coming through here. There's a Jessica, and if she says her surname very quickly, we can tell what it is. She's spelling it. And there's Jenny Brown. Now, listen, we're sorry if you can't get through, but keep on ringing.
Thank you, Sylvester. Time now for part 6 of our drama series, Troublemakers. Barney has been caught by the men from the print works, and Toby's about to go over the roof to help him.
Don't risk it. Come back.
Be okay.
Just cool it.
Listen, whatever we decide to do with that kid,
There's no choice now. We've got to scarp a sharp. He's got mates out there. We know he has. A whole gang of them waiting. When he don't come out there with more of these, don't tell me they'll go trotting off home to bed and forget it.
You mean whistle up the law?
Of course they will.
You any notion what that lot cost down there? That Yankee laser
Don't
printer
care.
alone.
It's not worth the cost of getting nicked again.
Tell you what I'll do. I'll make the call on the hotline, get advice from New York.
Barney?
An intruder, sir. Triggered off the alarm system when he broke in. Yeah. Well, the snag is, we collared him with some of the merchandise. Trial run antennas. Yeah. That's it, yeah. They likely have buddies on the outside who know he came in here. When they don't come out again, they're likely to make trouble.
Too right they will.
Well, we could. It would take maybe an hour or so, at most.
You kidding?
The laser printer, yes. And of course, the paper. Point taken. Will do. Definite, yes. New York is not amused.
Nor are we.
Like the man said, we hoist out that printer and the paper, and then Scarpa.
No time.
There's got to be.
Tough. I'm not staying around here.
That RM printer is red hot. No way must the police or the Treasury know that it exists or how it came into the country. Same with that banknote paper. If they find it, they'll know where it came from.
Listen, boss.
None of the rest of the gear matters tuppence. It's just window dressing. But the laser printer and the paper both go with us, or else.